Something went on here, something went on there. And
this time on TnT,
it's our Holiday Spectacular.
we play What Do You Want For Dat? Holiday Edition.
And everyone's favorite holiday tradition, the TnT Holiday Hum-Off. That's all coming up right now on TnT. I like your festive t-shirt, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's right in there.
Do you know...
Starting out like in look up, way up. There's that big boot. Remember that?
And I'll call Buddy.
Friendly giant styles? Yeah.
Look up, way up, and I'll call Rusty, remember?
Way up. Let's call Rusty.
We watched...
Hey, buds!
We watched that movie as a family last night, which felt like a great thing to do around the holiday season.
Elf, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Will Ferrell. He's probably... I know you don't watch The Voice, but sometimes singers are so good that the judges will say, the problem is you make that look so effortless that people don't understand how hard what you're doing actually is. And I kind of feel... I turned on Will Ferrell a little bit at a certain point in his career because he was like a paper doll. He's playing the same character, but he's a soccer coach, he's a record producer, he's a whatever. He's the same guy every time.
Yeah.
But in seeing a movie like Elf, Will Ferrell has the same quality that Jim Carrey does, which is relentlessness. And for Buddy the Elf to be so wide-eyed and sweet and innocent without even a trace of judgment or cynicism or bitterness requires such attention to detail, because he never defaults to sarcasm or dissing people or mean-spiritedness. He just is that guy the whole way through, and that is an incredible performer right there.
Yeah, no, there's way too many funny parts, and I feel you. Like, where maybe the fourth or fifth movie, you're like, okay, this character, you might have had enough of it, but then you're like, no, I can't.
I actually haven't
get enough. I can't get enough of that. I don't care how many times he plays himself or whatever that is. Just keep on rocking it.
Did you see Daddy's Home?
Yeah, that one wasn't that good, but that was
the girls
not his
love
fault.
that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault though. Like that's more just like, I don't know who the hell wrote that movie, but it's just like not that great. But he's still, he's working inside a smaller box in that movie for sure.
But he still delivers like a few lines, memorable lines per movie that you're like, yeah, that was amazing. Right? And he's still someone you root for too.
Yeah, like you said, when and the same thing with Jim Carrey. I saw that series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix with Neil Patrick Harris, who's funny, but the difference and the real, like the Jim Carrey Count Olaf compared to him, like everything.
Oh, wait a sec, they remade it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I think Neil Patrick Harris is like a producer in it, so he has a high stake in it. And it's good, and it's the kids like it and stuff. But I mean, every scene with Jim Carrey, like when he gets the band together and the group to do some theater, like it's ridiculous. Every single time, everything he does.
But he's so committed to it.
Yeah, no, I know, but he's so committed to it, but he's doing stuff that it's like an orchestra. Like every movement, his whole body, his face, the way he talks, it's all coming. So it's just good stuff.
But isn't that funny? Like, I know we've talked about before when Johnny Depp started doing Pirates of the Caribbean, when they sent the dailies to the studio after the first few days, they were like, what's he doing? Tell him to stop doing that. But he had such a clear vision for what that character was.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's another guy. Think of the choices he's made as an actor over the course of his career. Edward Scissorhands was on the other day. Yeah. That, in the hands of the wrong person, could have been a career destroyer. Or Benny and June. Like, some really bold choices.
Yeah. Where he plays like the weirdo, nerdy guy. Some of those Tim Burton movies, like, hey, how are you? How you doing? Those
Ed Wood. Ed Wood.
Yeah.
That was so wacky.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even his take on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Well, and Young Frankenstein was on the other day. That's classic. Gene Wilder.
Classic.
Marty Feldman and Terry Garr, like and Peter Boyle. That's got some great moments in it.
Gene Wilder probably...
And the kids thought that was hilarious too.
Did Gene Wilder get his due? I guess so.
I think so.
I guess people know what a
heavy
cat he was.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
remember The Woman in Red?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
With Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards, right?
I think
From
so.
ER.
Yeah. Goose.
Crazy.
Isn't that Goose from...
Yeah, and the big brother, Chet. Man, that was a hot minute ago. Happy holidays week, buds.
Oh, yeah, happy holidays. You getting all ready for the season, are you?
Yeah, our tree is up. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, as you can probably see.
Yeah, I see
Stockings
that.
are hung by the chimney with Carol. And we're just rocking, man. Everybody's fired up.
I am. I'm fired up. It's got a little unseasonably warm, although there's still guys out there on the ice right now behind you as I look past you.
Really?
Ice fishing. People ice fishing.
What, did it get so mild that they maybe shouldn't be out there? Yeah, I want to see.
No, it's not that mild. Let me see if I can get a good angle for the bods if they can see.
They're not going through, are they?
Can you see if I touch the mask there? Let's see. The masks. Anyway, there should be someone out there.
What are they fishing for? Pickerel?
We got some little trout in there. There's some bass in there.
Can they eat them, Maths?
What did I just do? What's going on? Oh, it's all dark. Hey, guys. Sorry.
You're back?
Just a little blackout on the for the viewers of audio, folks. I'm just telling you that there's a person out there ice fishing. They usually get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're out there until about 7 o'clock at night.
Like same dudes? Like they'll sit there for 14 hours?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They'll drill a few holes and sit there and
tell a few lies.
There's just solo guys. You know,
really?
Old Russian bod out here.
AM radio?
Up to. He's a Russian bod, so he just pops some holes in the ground. Next thing you know, you see pulling out the lines, and then you see some fish flopping.
That might be a front. He might be a spy.
Looking in me at my place?
Yeah.
All right, well, he's been there for years, so he knows.
Ice fishing shacks are the new drones.
That's right.
He just wants to see what's in your backyard.
Well, yeah. Would you like? He's out there every day, every single day.
Have you ever tried to approach him?
No. Don't go for. There's people that go for walks out on there, and when it really gets stiff. But
do you ever skate on that mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rink's actually been slightly formed, but like I said, it's been a little rainy, so it's actually once it drops a little bit, that'll be mint.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
Indy and I went skating yesterday while Carol and Shug made sugar cookies.
Yeah.
It felt like the perfect Sunday afternoon, like holiday styles. It was great.
Hey, we should tell the bods it's early. It's like
it is. It's our
9
earliest
a.m.
ever podcast recording.
It's breakfast.
9 a.m.
Breakfast with the Bods Christmas edition. And
it's the Breakfast Club in the morning.
And it's Monday. Hey, how's your coffee? I have my coffee right here.
Did I tell you I switched to tea?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
I have coffee and I have my water.
Jeremy Taggart, let's start here with our most sincere thanks to all the buds that have donated to our first ever snowball project.
Yeah.
Which is something we cooked up in conjunction with our bud Sylvia, who
Cooking
is a
up.
friend who works with us.
Yes.
Sylvia's husband Jordan is from Listowel, Ontario, and Jordan's mother Rhonda works at It Takes a Village.
Yes.
So we know firsthand how special this store is. If you haven't seen the video yet, buds, it's a store that runs entirely on donations. It's currency free. So people donate things. If you're in need of food or bedding or anything, you can stop in. You get a certain number of points every single day to spend at the store. And the thing that's really cool is those that work there do so on a volunteer basis. And if you come in and you want a bigger ticket item like a bike or a fridge, you can actually earn it by community service. So you do a couple hours of volunteering, and that chips away at this big ticket item that you need. It's just
really
good.
Dialed it in.
Really dialed it in. So Andrea is the woman who started the store, and in her words, it's because she has both had and had not, and wanted to do something to help. But it's just a really cool idea. So the only hard cost Andrea has is her rent. That's why we're trying to put a dent in the rent. So obviously
we've
lots of demands on your money this time of year, but every little bit counts, as much as that is a cliche. It's true.
Yeah, we've raised over $2,500, and we'd like to keep it going. It shows that people are actually kicking in, and there is some serious bodism afoot already. But let's really get her going.
Well, you notice that a bunch of, smallish donations does add up really quickly. Those are the ones that are great.
Yeah, $5, $10, whatever. And those are the ones that actually make all the difference. Those little tiny ones that just keep on, because you know that if you saw this place, a lot of great small towns that have good community-minded people have a spot that is, well, generally they're called the free store, but this is like that plus. I think it's just such an amazing. The fact that they have food and proper clothing and nicer items, like it's amazing. So just
Cobb's Bread and Giant Tiger also donate things to the store, which is great. So it's called the Snowball Project because it starts as a little thing and then it gains momentum and gets bigger and bigger as everybody chips in. And our plan is to every year shine the spotlight on a person or place or thing in need of a bit of help. And so this is our first one, and thanks, buds, for hopping on it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's pretty. I think, in going forward, we'll always kind of think about a small town that has that spirit of getting together and doing something for the good of somebody in it, and this is it
for sure. So I was in Boston this week, as you know, because that's where I did the last pod. And
Boston.
I love that.
You walk around all the time in Boston, right? Those are great.
Oh yeah, I walked to Fenway. Walked to Fenway and walked all over town by the Quamin. I love that the cliche of the Boston accent is because it's absolutely true.
Yeah, there's
people do really pack the car and have it.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is if you start talking like that and everybody starts talking that way.
You can't stop.
It sounds like you're making it up. Sounds like it's fake. And then you go there and everybody's talking like that.
You're not. And I noticed that...
and the more you go towards Southie, you're just like it's almost like you're making this up. Like it gets so heavy, the accent.
Is that where the accent is thickest, in Southie?
I think so. Well, that's just the hardest version of it, I think. The most, strong. Yeah, for sure.
It was so fun, and also just comedically.
I just remember the first time touring there ever, and hearing that voice, and getting to know people well with the voice. But what blows me away with the northeastern American states is you can go an hour away, and there's an even more kind of bizarre accent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go very far, and all of a sudden everyone's talking completely different. Like Detroit to even like Boston compared to Chicago or Cleveland and New York.
Compared to New York.
They're all a little bit different, so.
Wow, that's never occurred to me before.
Yeah, it's not that far away. 4 hours away, and all of a sudden everybody's talking completely different.
Because Philly and New York are kind of similar, but different enough.
Yeah. And Virginia,
so say,
but Virginia is only like another hour down, and all of a sudden everybody's talking like this. You know what I mean? Like it completely changes, not that far away. The regions it's really interesting.
Did everyone call you Lady Peace?
Yeah, you going out, Lady Peace?
I was out for a walk. And the trailer park guys were actually in town the night that I arrived. Ricky, Julian, Bubbles, and Randy were putting on a show in Boston.
Yeah.
And I went for a walk the next morning, and this trash truck stopped beside me, and he said, J-Rock, what are you doing here? Recognized me. Yeah, I had like a toque on.
In Boston.
J-Rock, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
His name was Paulie, and he said, my son, Paulie, loves the show. Can we take a selfie?
Paulie Jr. loves you too.
Paulie Jr. loves you too. They were at the show last night, even though he had an early morning. So he said, can I take a picture for Paulie Jr.? So he got out of the truck, hazards on. We took a picture. And then I recorded a voicemail greeting for Paulie Jr. And he was such a nice guy, man. And he was like, do you remember in season, I think it was 3, when you like deep dive Chris Farley show styles on all the episodes?
Wow.
That's crazy.
And then he's all fired up because of the Red Sox too, right? So it makes it even more.
Oh yeah, it's been a banner year. It's been a banner year. There is something, I went and walked around Fenway, and you can feel the ghosts in that place.
Yeah, it's got a great vibe, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you went to the old Yankee Stadium.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, I've seen Boston versus, like I've seen Yankees, Red Sox in Fenway and in New York, in the Bronx as well.
That was the best. Too. Remember taking the subway out to see
crazy.
Game at Yankee Stadium.
But to see the Yankees versus the Red Sox like out in the crowd, that's just the best. People get so fired up.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
I love when you go into, like, you're in New York and you go into a little convenience store and there's like an 8-inch black and white TV and the guy is just glued to the game.
Yeah.
Like, it really does capture the whole city.
Yeah. No, there's something to be said for that vibe. But when you go to cities like that and you see that where baseball is such a fixture, and actually baseball is almost integral to the growth of a lot of those cities in terms of, like, bringing people together out in public. Because at that point in the 1900s, it was the only thing that had 50, 60,000 people getting together on a regular basis. So, the national anthem, a lot of things were, became because of baseball.
Interesting. Never really thought about it that way, but also kids playing in the kind of common areas in the inner city.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the late 1800s
different than our experience.
And the early 1900s, it really helped shape culture in a lot of different ways. That's why you kind of see so much in history, like Babe Ruth kind of crossing over as a celebrity around the world, bigger than in any movie. There wasn't even movies at the time, or silent pictures or anything. Like Babe Ruth was synonymous with to the point where in world wars they would be like, other side would be chirping Babe Ruth and getting them fired up.
World War.
Yeah, like especially in Japan in World War II.
How did you and Johnny Damon become friends?
I was with my bod Grant Smith, who's a painter from Dallas, and we were just at a club in Toronto. I think it was the Copacabana, one of those. Remember?
No way.
One of those kind of deals.
You were at Crocodile Rock?
At one of those places. I think it was the one on the Reggae Club on Queen Street.
Oh boy!
But anyway, he was there. It was Johnny was there, and Jason Varitek was there, the catcher at the time. And
so had they just played the Jays or something?
Yeah, and Grant, knowing everything about baseball, was like, "Hey, there's Johnny Damon and Jason Varitek." He started talking to them, and Johnny was just turned out to be a fan of OLP, and Jason Veritek was just a fan of music, and we just kind of started, hanging out at that point, just going to shows, or if they were playing games, we'd go to the games. And
no way.
Yeah, and then I went to his wedding later that year, or the year that they won when the Red Sox first won, the craziest one.
Yeah.
I think it was 2004. That like December, Johnny got married and went down. That was even more nuts, but just maintain a friendship from that. Like just seeing him in a bar. I'd come to games and do, Bat Boy or something just for kicks.
Crazy.
2 times.
So did you get a uniform when you were Bat Boy?
Yeah.
No
way.
way.
Sit there and get the uniform on and sit there with the other Bat Boy that normally is there, and just kind of take a couple shifts here and there, run out and...
Amazing.
I was there once for when the Yankees clinched the division, so they popping bottles and stuff in the dressing room.
On the field or in the dugout?
Back in the locker room, like after the game. They lost, but someone else lost too, so they clinched the division, and that was crazy. One guy, I think Robinson Cano, like shook up a champagne bottle and like one of the Bat Boys was like right in front of it, and it like hit him right in the temple almost, and he like couldn't really see and stuff, and I was like, man, that's crazy.
Did you get to keep your Bat Boy uniform?
No.
Like, do you have a Bat Boy uniform that says Taggart on the back?
No, it ain't that. It ain't like that. It's just like you see like two. You look in a bag and there's like small, medium, and large of like this greasy uniform, and you
just
put
throw it on. There must be video footage somewhere of you as a Bat Boy for that game.
I don't know about video. I know Strombo was at that game, and so was Gord Downey actually. I think the boys might have been at one of those games.
Really?
But I remember Gord Downey saying, "What the hell were you doing at that baseball game as a Bat Boy? That's hilarious." Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, man, that's nuts. Why not?
So does every player have their own bat?
Yeah, they have their home Bat Boy, but then on the road, there's just like another alternative guy that does every road game who lives there. So the guy that I was filling in for, they get like $50 a game or something, like not that much.
That's it?
Well, it's being a Bat Boy. It's kind of fun, right? This guy worked at Wendy's.
Right.
Like, I work at Wendy's and I do this.
And I'm a Bat Boy for the Sox.
No, well, Bat Boy for the Blue Jays, the away team.
But do all players, I guess it's just like hockey sticks, I've just never thought about it. Do all players have their own type of bat and brand of bat and weight of bat that they like?
Yep, and a backup. They have their bat and then their backup bat. So it's like you have to make sure you have the guy on deck's bat and his backup bat ready, the guy up, their backup bat. So you're like and then the guy waiting on the hole is like, I want my stuff now. So you have to be like 3, like 1 that's up, but like 2 ahead of everybody in your head. So you can't really slack. And they have no time for you at all. They're like, I don't give a shit who you are.
So it's a pressure cooker.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
A $50 pressure cooker.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm Bat Boy, right on. They're like, I don't give a fuck.
Don't care. Give me my bat.
Now. Yeah,
you have one job.
Yeah.
It's a pressure cooker. Let's take a break.
All right.
Hey, Jer, did you know there's a chain of hair salons across this great country that is both fast and affordable?
Jonathan, you must be talking about Great Clips.
Indeed, I am. In fact, did you know that Great Clips has more than 150 locations all across Canada?
No way!
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that they have an app where you can find not only the closest location, but also find out wait times, Jonathan?
You don't say. Well, did you know you can use the very same app to check in online and start the clock on your wait time?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Did you know that if you're visiting another city or town and stop into any Great Clips location for a haircut, they'll have a record of your favorite style in their system, so you're always guaranteed to get the same great cut?
That is amazing. Jeremy, did you know that Great Clips is a brand new proud sponsor of Taggart and Torrens?
Get out of here.
It's true.
Great Clips. It's great.
Clips. Welcome to What Do You Want For Dat? My name's Byron. If you're selling, I'm Byron. This here's our special holiday edition of What Do You Want For Dat? Maybe you have an old sleigh out in the barn looking to part ways with. Maybe you have some rock candy that you're looking to get rid of from your nanny's place. In any event, phone lines are opened. Phone number, as you know, is 1-800-WANT FOR DAT. Let's go to the phone lines. Colleen, you're on the air. Long-time listener,
Hello.
weekly caller. How are you, Colleen?
Hi, Byron.
What's on the go this week?
Well, I mean, since it's holidays, I
Yep.
have,
Did you say hollandaise like Eggs Benedict?
well, I could do that, but I have 3 artificial trees, Christmas
Great.
trees.
Go on.
Oh, yes. Yes, one of them has lights in the tree
Go ahead.
already.
Go on.
The other 2 don't.
Go ahead. So, to recap then, one tray has got lights onto it. The other 2 trays
Yes.
don't got lights onto it.
And the one tree with the lights is about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
And the 2 without the lights are about 4.5 feet
Feet
tall.
tall.
And there's 2 stands and the one 2-banger. 3-banger.
Okay, so to be clear, the 5-foot tray with the lights onto it, does it got a stand onto it?
Yes.
And is it, how many bangers in the stand?
That's a 3-banger.
Okay. Now the other 2 4.5 footers, no lights. What do they got for stands?
They have kind of fixtures. Stands. They don't come off.
Okay.
So they just stand like that.
Say it was right wind, 20 kilometers an hour or something. Would they stand upright in the wind and that, or they'd get blown over?
I imagine unless you had some heavy ornaments, they'd probably go over, Byron.
Okay. So you might need to secure them.
Well, I don't know why you'd have them outside, to be honest. Why would you have these trees outside?
Well, I guess my first question is why would I need 3 trees, eh? Like the 5-footer with the lights onto it with the 3-banger. I could have a use for that. But the other 2 is like I'm doing you a favor, taking them off your hands. What's the approximate age of them?
Well, I'd say about since 1987, so...
Oh, really? Are they
About
one-owner
30.
trees? How many owners onto the trees?
Oh, they're mine. They're mine.
Okay.
Colleen all day. Since I was a kid, you know?
Because artificial trees have come a long way, see?
Yeah.
What
These ones are the old style where you can bend them.
What were you hoping to get for them?
Well, I was, Pardon?
What were you hoping to get for them?
I don't know, maybe, $70?
Oh, Colleen, you're barking up the wrong artificial tree. $70 for 3 of them? In 1987s? See, artificial
No,
tree
that's for
manufacturers will
for
tell
3
you.
trees.
Artificial tree manufacturers will tell you that between 1986 and 1989, they had serious problems with the stems. And now they did come back in 1990, but you're trying to unload a bunch from 1987, you'd be lucky to give them away. I mean, I could just in the spirit of the season, see myself, offering something like, well, not 70 certainly. Don't want to insult you with 20. I mean, I could see offering 40.
That would be great. Sure.
Well, wait a sec. I could go. If you jumped on 40 that quickly, maybe I should consider 30.
Well, I mean, come on. You already said 40.
You're right. We had a verbal handshake, didn't we, Colleen?
Yep.
Okay, you drive a soft bargain, Colleen. I'll be by to pick them up.
All right, thanks.
Colleen,
Yes?
before I let you go, because it's the holiday season and that, and people are right honest with their feelings and stuff. Should we tell people that we've been seeing each other kind of in secret for a couple months now?
Well, I guess so.
Secret's out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Colleen. I'll see you when I get home.
You're still buying them, though.
Oh, I'm still borrowing them. Yeah, if you're selling, I'm borrowing. Turns out I'm borrowing whatever you're selling, Colleen. Thanks for calling. What do you want for that? Ever sweet, Colleen. Let's go back on the air. 1-800-WANT for that. Phone lines are opened. Gerald, you're on the air. What's going on, Gerald?
Hello.
Gerald, I'm going to get you to turn down your radio, what?
Yellow.
Turn your radio down, Gerald.
Byron.
Gerald.
Byron.
What's going to go this week?
Hello. Yeah.
Yep, can hear you plenty loud, Gerald. What's going to go this week? What do you got to say?
How are you? Yeah. I got a rollaway bed.
Or a holiday rollaway?
Well, yeah.
What makes it a holiday rollaway?
Well, it's fun, it's fast. It's got good wheels on it. And it's got the thing where you put it up. And I want a bed race in it.
Okay, so to be clear, is it a classic U-shaped rollaway? You squish her up from both ends and she forms right up for you?
Yeah, she's pretty tall too, so you gotta be careful when you're flying on it. You might topple.
Is the frame rusted?
Yeah.
Oh, has it had some bedwetters onto it?
Well, it's old, so it's been a few spots on it.
Was it stored indoors, was it?
Oh, yeah. In the basement, except for when the only time it was outside was just the race.
Original mattress?
Yeah.
Did you flip her over regularly?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where if the mattress is flipped, it kind of falls off a lot, so it flips a lot.
I'm trying to understand why the mattress would fall off. Oh, what kinds of things are going on? Rollaway?
It's just a smaller one, the smaller mattress, so it just falls off a little bit.
Okay. It has all four wheels onto it?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's fast.
Because I will confess, Gerald, what I've been looking for is a rollaway bed that I could take the wheels off and put on skis so I could use it to coast down the hill in comforts,
So is it is it a bed race on a ski hill?
Oh, it's not a race. It's just I'm tired of standing up the whole time. Skiing down the hill hurts my back, But if I could lie down, maybe even strap myself in, could use the poles to stare. Could you see it being converted into something like that?
I've heard worse ideas, Byron.
Okay. Now, Gerald, how old did you say it was?
I believe it's probably about 35 years old.
Okay.
So therefore, it'd probably be better as a bed snow racer than a bed.
Okay. And Gerald, have you had it undercoated?
Undercoated?
Yeah, just to prevent rust and damage to the frame.
Oh no, you could though.
Yeah. Now, Gerald, what did you want for that?
Well, it's a bit old, so I don't know. $20. $20 would be all right with me.
20. Gerald, do you still have them cross-country skis?
I do.
I'm going to make you a deal in the spirit of the holidays. You still have your welder's ticket, right?
Yeah.
So if you weld them cross-country skis onto the bottom of your bed, I could see myself going as high as 40.
Oh, yeah.
So will you weld the skis onto the rollaway that you take the wheels off? You weld the skis on and you roll away better than a skater?
I have it done for you by 2:30 today.
Well, that's the best time to go to the dentist, Gerald. 2:30. Thanks for calling in, Bob. That's a joke my Nana told me.
Thanks a lot, Byron.
It's a business doing pleasure with you. That Gerald, he's a good-natured fellow, isn't he? What are we doing? You want to take another call, or are we done? Another call? You're listening to What Do You Want For Dat? My name's Byron. If you're selling, I'm Byron. Let's go to the phone lines. Gloria, you're on the ear. Gloria, what's on the go?
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Gloria.
Hi. Yes, Byron.
Full disclosure, you're my primary teacher, weren't you?
I sure was, and you were a great student. You were, Byron.
Oh, what was I like as a little fella?
Well, I don't know if you remember. I was about to tell you that you had a little business going on in our school. You sure did. You were selling pencils and erasers.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Byron's Pencil Cup.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. And I do believe you raised enough funds one year for us to have a pizza party.
Well, as I recall, when people ask me to describe what you were like as a teacher, I say in one word, she was handsy. You're right handsy.
Oh, what do you mean now? What is that?
Like just kind of stealing little bits of friskiness when you gave us hugs and that, eh?
Well, I loved you kids. It's just the way things are.
You loved us in a way that you could never get away with nowadays.
Well, hey, things are crazy, you know?
Yeah.
I was just really nervous and busy those days.
Well, I remember trying to breathe when you smothered me in your chest during a morning hug. And if it wasn't for the national anthem, I might have drowned there. But when the anthem came on, I had to stand up and pay attention, eh?
Well, you know, that was then and this is now, Byron.
So, Gloria, what are you selling?
Well, I have this old, it's the holidays. You do sell, I know it's the holidays and everything, but I have these assortment of decorating papers. It's different kinds. Some of them are old and some of them are new. It's in a box. There's probably about 120 different rolls of decorative paper for the holidays, wrapping gifts paper.
So when you say decorative paper, do you mean like origami?
No, I mean like just rolls of...
Never know how to say that. Origami?
There's felted ones, there's shiny ones, there's quilted ones, there's even some that are bamboo, and it's just an assortment of different wrapping papers.
So it's like wrapping paper that you might get at Lawton's? Or Shoppers?
Oh no, some of it's vintage, so it's I don't think you can get the felt stuff there.
So it's like Michael's, the kind of get at Michael's?
Well, some of it's old, so maybe more like if you had a really special day at the Value Village.
Okay. And how many sheets approximately?
Well, there's, like I said, there's about 120 rolls, and one of them even, varying from high levels of, like, wallpaper looking to even there's, like, some Ronald McDonald ones, or like that.
So, Gloria, are you selling this wrapping paper because you have no one left in your life to wrap presents for because everyone realized you were handsy?
Well, that's just trying to get rid of it is all, Byron.
Are you raising money for your legal defense fund? Because you're handsy?
No.
Are you sure?
We all have our issues, Byron, and like I said, I'm looking at the future from now instead of the past. I don't like to talk about the past.
Gloria, what were you hoping to get out of it? Did you have a price in mind? I do have things I need to wrap.
I was kind of hoping for more than just a hug then, if that's what you meant.
Oh, I see where this is going. So it wasn't exactly money? It's not that kind of transaction? Maybe you've been keeping a candle burning for me?
You could say that, Byron.
Okay.
Now that you're of age.
Gloria, how old are you now? 300?
I'm 67.
67. Huh. 67 years old. And so it wasn't money.
No, it's never been about money.
Well, I'll tell you what. I could see myself offering $4. So why don't I stop over? I'll bring bottle one. Have a look at your paper. Have a look at anything else you want me to have a look at. And see if I can leave with the papers.
That sounds fantastic, Byron. You're on a real roll.
So it's sheets of paper.
You can see my rolls. Rolls.
You were hoping we'd
Not
get a look
sheets.
under the sheets.
You could have a look under the sheets.
Between the sheets.
Yes.
Gloria, I always did like myself complicated woman, eh? So, maybe I won't tell my mother or my grandmother, because they told me before I went to kindergarten, you watch out for her, she's right-handsy.
Come on by, Byron.
Come on, Byron. All right. Well, thanks for calling in. What do you want for that, Gloria? I know what you want for that. It's Byron. And I wasn't even selling, but now you're Byron. So the tables have kind of been turned on me.
That's right, Byron.
I didn't see that coming. Gloria, the handsy teacher, wants a piece of
Somehow.
Byron. She's lonely at the holidays.
Yeah, and he's going around to his girlfriend, who probably heard it too.
What's her name?
The
Connie?
first caller?
Yeah.
Colleen.
Colleen, you're on the air. You're right, Colleen.
So the next caller would be Colleen going, "Where the hell are you going?"
Yeah. You're going to that handsy Gloria?
Yeah.
Man, I have this dry cough, and it's the worst.
Yeah. That's been
Can't
going around
shake
this
it.
house too. Everybody's got the cough, and it really starts to kick in right before you're going to sleep, right?
Yes, and lying
Yeah.
down makes it worse. So you lie down, and then you think you're aight, and then you're not. You're not aight.
Is it tickle?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's tickling.
And there's no scratch in it.
No. It's so dry.
Nothing.
In fact, let's take a break so I can pound a Halls, bud.
It's so dry.
It's right dry. Drawing. It's right draw us, huh? We'll take a break and then we'll be back on the air. Bah, bah, bah. Hey everybody, we're Scat's Ass, and welcome to our Holiday Spectacular. Are you ready? 2, 3, 4. Ba-doo-da-bop, ba-doo-doo-da, ba-doo-da-bop-bop-ba, ba-doo-da-bop, ba-doo-doo-bop, ba-doo-da-bop-bop-ba, boo-da-doo-ba-da-boo-doo-da, ba-da-da-doo-doo-bop, ba-da-bwee-dee-dee-bwee-da-boo-doo-da, boo-be-doo-da, boo-da-boo-doo-doo-doo-da. I feel like Scat's Ass deserves more. From us, from the buds. I feel like Scat's Ass. Why doesn't Scat's Ass have a song on the record?
Scat. Yeah, hey,
Right?
it's not a bad idea. Yeah.
We really should.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just trying to jump in.
Well, Scat's Ass is the only worry with Scat's Ass is the tiny little half-second delay in the phone.
Yeah, right.
So it just might mess with the duo part of it. But
Hey,
we
you
could
ready?
definitely redo or do one of each of me scatting to you scatting.
Let's try to do Jingle Bells. You ready?
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Boot-doo-dop, boot-doo-dop, boot-dop, ba-doo-dop, beat-dop-dop, ba-doo-doo-dop, ba-dip-bop, boot-dip-bop, shoot-doo-dop, boot-doo-dop, ba-dip-bop, boot-doo-dop. I like that you always hear something that's completely different. Some line that no one else hears, but it makes a lot of sense. It's when we were in the studio, it's like, do you remember the Muppet Show?
Yeah.
When there'd be one bird going,
Yeah.
and then another one would be like, Gork,
Yeah.
Gork. And then suddenly there's 10 birds going, gork beady, shadat, beer gork, beady, doom shadat, and suddenly it's a song.
Yeah.
That's how your ear works. You'll just come in with a little like, what if it was like beedly deedly beedly deedly, like a bunch of little earworms that live in this environment that you create. It's really cool.
It's the groove house.
It's the groove house.
Everything's jamming.
H-A-U-S though, with an umlaut over the U. It's the groove
Hey,
house.
What are those two guys and they like the groove house?
So maybe Scat's ass. Their album is called Groove House.
No, they did a like a home and home when they toured Europe. They stayed at the groove house and house. So it's two other guys.
The Groove House. So we have a holiday tradition on this show
House.
of doing the Holiday Hum-Off, and that's what we're gonna do. Is this our last show of 2018?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it?
we're putting together a best of,
Oh, okay.
and then that'll wrap us into the we'll be back in the new year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
2018 was a big one for us.
It was. I know. It continues to build
burl.
in different ways. Yeah. 2019, I think, is going to be the best TnT year yet.
Here's hoping. We know that our record will come out probably in the fall of the year, which is really exciting. We know that we're starting the year in British Columbia. So BC Buds, January 16th in Nanaimo, January 17th in Victoria, 18th in Vancouver, and January 19th in Penticton.
Yeah.
As you know, we don't do this podcast for money, we do it for love. But if you want to show us your love, tickets to our live shows out west make a great stocking stuffer, they make a great gift, and better than that, they make a great night out. Because everybody leaves with a smile on their face, right?
Yeah. And we've had so much fun in the West, and to go to the island and places we've never been in the wintertime, it's going to be good times. We're going to have some fun.
Super fun. And we always plant a few places that are knowns and then a few wild cards. There might be 24 people in Penticton. Prove us wrong. Last time we had a great showing in Vancouver. Hopefully this time it'll be even more. So if you're planning to come, because a live podcast is a bit of a hard sell to some promoters, do us a favor, buy your tickets nice and early, buy tickets for a bud that can't afford to go, and show the promoters that a live podcast is actually a good move.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Absolutely, for sure.
Also, before we get into the Holiday Hum-Off, let's take just a moment to say a sincere thanks to all the buds that came out to see us at the show, that bought the book, that buy the merch, that come say hi, that share their stories of what's going on in their life, that listen to us on their commutes or when they're going through a hard time or walking the dog or whatever. Thanks, buds.
And we do always read our email, and there's been some awesome people have sent some amazing things that have happened to them, good and bad, but also at the end of the day, the fact that the pod kind of is a collective community now, where people just it makes everybody feel better to kind of to listen to it, and it as much as everybody thinks that they can't really interject in our conversation, they really can. Like it is it does feel like we're all just kind of talking and
big time
feeling out life in Canada.
And I love that we'll mention something in passing like I switched to tea or having trouble with my fan belt, and that elicits letters and tweets and emails and whatever from people saying, hey, you should try tightening it a little bit, or try your tea with lemon or whatever. I just love that people interact with us. That's the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The tea life is good still.
I guess so.
Are you like maybe, I don't know, you're awake and the same, no different? You're all...
No, I'm sleeping fine. I mean...
No different?
I would say of the switch to tea, the only thing is I don't really miss coffee, which kind of surprises me because you know how big a part of my life that was. Find a Starbucks first thing in the morning. I don't really miss it, but I'm not seeing the benefits of switching to tea if there were supposed to be some.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, I'm probably not quite regulating the amount of tea I drink versus the amount of coffee I drink. Like I'm having tea after supper. Like I don't even know how much tea you're supposed to drink.
Yeah. Well, it's good, though, that you're still taking it on. You're getting a perspective by doing it, so you know how you feel eventually if you feel like you're actually more tired overall than...
Well, I was hoping to reduce the amount of sugar I take in, and I don't know if I've done that. I might have even increased it, and that wasn't the point. Know what I mean?
So you're like,
I'm back on the Hortons now. Sliding through.
So what does that mean? So just like douse it 2 times, 2-3 times.
Yeah, like large tea, 1 milk, 2 sugar. It's like a dessert.
Yeah,
Been
you're
pounding
living. Well, if that's the fast lane, that's okay.
I know, but I
You know
used
what
to
I mean?
at least use like raw sugar, or brown sugar in my coffee. So that's got to be better for you in theory.
Sure.
Started the video pod this year. That was a first for us. We were at Oktoberfest in Van Cleek Hill this year. That was a first for us. We were on Jay and Dan a couple of times this year, and the Soch and Your Morning.
Yeah, some good ones.
Got some traction. We had some great live shows too, in Ontario and on the East Coast.
Did we mention that you can get tickets at taggardandtorrens.ca?
I don't know if we
Does
did.
everybody know that?
Well,
You
we're
don't know
here.
that, honestly, because that's the only way I think I would know to get tickets,
Yeah.
other than maybe figuring out the Ticketmaster.
Taggardandtorrens.ca/tour. And while we're here,
That's it.
excuse me, February 27th, Winnipeg. 28th, Regina. Some folks said, how come not Saskatoon this time? We don't know. We're just going back and forth. We've been to Saskatoon
we'll
the
be
last couple
there.
times. We're changing
We'll
it
come
up.
back. Yeah, we'll be there.
March 1st, Calgary, and March 2nd, Edmonton at Festival Place. I think it's actually Sherwood Park. So hoping that buds will come from downtown. It's supposed to be a real nice venue, and we can't wait to get back to all those places. So, thanks in advance. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So let's get into the hum-off here,
The
bud.
Holiday Hum-Off. So to recap, we give each other scenarios where an individual has to be humming a song encapsulating the mood or circumstances we've given each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who's going first?
And I guess thematically this year we'll do the hum will be a part of a scenario involving characters from
Oh, that's good.
our universe, and let's so it's like a Christmas party in a way, but they're
That's fun.
right.
Yeah.
So let's
Should we set it at a Christmas party? That might be really fun.
a TnT Christmas party.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, they're all there. Okay.
Oh, by the
We're
way,
here.
can I say one more thing before we get into it?
Yeah.
If it was our TnT Christmas party, we should thank Timbo.
Yeah. Yep.
For
Timbo Oxford.
for being a ground floor
being the
first
bud.
responder bud, making the sound great. We should thank Aaron, who's been editing our video
Yes. Aaron's a
podcast,
bod.
and we should
New
thank
bud.
Silvers,
And Sylvia.
Sylvia's,
Sylvies.
who just helps us so much with everything, including CCS. It's going to be a big year ahead for CCS too. Some exciting announcements there. Canadian Entity Content Studios, but also on the TnT front, she is kind of our anchor. So thanks to all the people in our little world, and our wives, of course, and families.
All bods.
All
Mike
bods.
the bod still bodding.
He's
Being
still
bods
bodding
of the
hard.
bods. We love Mike the bods.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It's crazy how our little world is growing.
I know I want to I want to keep mentioning specific people, but I don't want to leave anyone out.
I know.
So to all the buds, you know who you are. Thanks for sticking with us. We can't wait to see you back out on the road. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Okay.
How about let's kick it off with I don't know, Andrea and Lair,
Oh, that's good.
and you have to hum at some level. I don't know, like the controversial "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Oh, that's good.
And I'll be Lair.
Where do you stand on that
saying no.
controversy, by the way?
I think it's the whole thing of thinking it's like the Bill Cosby drink move. Like it's not that was a common kind of saying socially in that time. Like what's going on here? I'm getting heady. Like as a form of humor. Like to think that you're being drugged is a completely. That's not what that means in my opinion.
Is that the argument against it?
I think that's the only thing it strikes the controversy is that he's like, trying to get her not to leave by putting something in her drink, right?
Right.
That to me would obviously be offside. What else could it be? Just the fact that he's just kind of telling her she's not going anywhere?
I guess so. That's what I always took the controversy to be, that he's kind of not letting her leave if she wants to leave, which of course is problematic. But I think you have to consider the time it was written in. And I think at the time it was maybe a cheeky, slightly aggressive overture, but I don't think it was ever intended to suggest danger. But I guess juxtaposed against this moment in our history, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you're going to start breaking down lyrics and what the character, songs are no different than films and fictional ideas. If it's a character is portraying something in a song, it can be taken in different ways just because it's 30 years ago versus now, just of terminology and how people speak. It's if you start that, I mean, I don't see the argument. Some people could say, sure, it is an issue, then it's an issue. And if it's really one of those things, if you want it to be an issue, it can be.
I guess. But when you think about lyrics like, we were intimate in a club, is that any less suggestive?
Well, that I know, but when you play it during the holidays, people think it's like, well, kids hear it or what. I don't know. It's to me, it all kind of falls under freedom of speech in a way. I know the Dire Straits song, like Money for Nothing, there was a concern with using the F word in that, as a derogatory term for a gay person, but it's not at all, because it's the character of the song, or these two guys that are sitting working all the time talking like how they talk, saying, hey, look at this guy. That's how they would speak. Like if a Martin Scorsese picture, all of a sudden they're two guys yapping about how this guy's got it easy that has a rock star life. Of course they're going to say stuff like that.
Right.
So it's the character that's in saying that. It's just adding a specific feeling to what the character actually is. Well,
Shane McGowan released a statement, right? About that very same thing, about using that same F word in Fairy Tale of New York, where he's like, it's not me, it's the character. Not all characters in songs are nice. Sometimes people say things like that. Yeah.
It's playing a character. So, and that lawsuit, Dire Straits won that lawsuit. It made for that exact purpose.
Who sued them?
I don't know. They were tried to ban it at radio for a time, and they questioned it, and it just went to court. Crazy. So we have to get to Andrea and Lair, though.
Okay.
Doing this controversial hum song.
So what are the circumstances? Are they baking cookies?
Well, in the kitchen for the party that's happening? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And is she being right flirty?
Sure. Because she's had a couple, rum and eggnog.
She's had a couple hot toddies.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple rum and eggies. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Laramie.
Yes.
Pass me the melted butter, you friggin' perv.
No problem. Here you go.
I felt you brush up against me like I was brushing the butter on these Scotch cookies.
Calm down, Andrea. Just enjoy yourself.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, come on. Make sure you get this.
Laramie, no, you know that friggin' song? It's a duet. So you sing the second part, I'll go ba-dee-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Dee-ba-da. There you go. Put your hands on my waist.
No, why do we always have to touch? No, we don't have to. No, I can dance.
A song is the musical expression of how people are feeling in any given moment. You're in a band, you should know that.
Okay. I'm a bass player. I don't dance, but.
Ba-dee-ba-doo-bam.
Do-boo-doo-boo.
Ba-zee-ba-doo-bam. Biz-a-be-doo. That's it. Now, why is that so hard? I feel like sometimes you should take my advice and just cave when I make suggestions about things you should do, not get inside your own head so much, and just go with it.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of feel alright to
so just put your hands on my waist for a second. We'll just bring dance.
Why do we? No,
it doesn't mean nothing, Laramie. I danced with my grandfather. Never meant nothing. Oh my frig. Is that friggin' mistletoe right above us?
Oh, for crying out loud.
Boop.
Who put this here?
I don't know. It might have been me. I can't remember. Oh, put on that mistletoe crown I made you last Christmas. That way there's mistletoe over your head everywhere you freaking go.
Listen.
Give us
stay
a peck.
away from me, would you? No. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Doobie-doo-dee. Give us a little peck, will ya?
Would you stop?
Give us a peck, will ya?
Come on.
Oh, come on, I'm right. A little bit
You're
buzzed
right,
up
what?
on the hot toddies.
Yeah, that's why you're just...
I'm leaving tomorrow morning for Sydney, Laramie. We will even forget what happened tonight by the time I get back.
No.
Give me something to tell my grandmother when I go home. It's the only thing she wants.
Just listen.
Give me a little peck on the cheek right quick.
These cookies are done.
Give me a peck on the cheek.
All right.
One.
There you go. Oh, you get out of here.
I'm telling Nana too.
You, Andrea, listen. Let's get these cookies out to the other folks here.
I
okay?
like what you're baking in the kitchen, Laramie.
Here, look. Hey, why don't you go give Gordon Lightfoot those cookies?
Okay. In an unlikely setting. What song is Gord singing?
Gord could be singing... Hey, Gord, is it that... are you doing Feliz Navidad?
Oh, yeah, good. But is he
Right?
mad?
Maybe he's whatever. Sure.
Okay.
Why, yeah.
Or is he like kind of having a Scrooge-like moment of what day is it, boy? Maybe he's like looking back on the ghosts that haunt him, kind of.
Okay. On the year. It's a great party, eh, Bert? Hey, Gord. Gord, I think I'm a little bit drunk on this.
Do you remember, Bernie, I've always suggested to you I should do an album of holiday classics. What if I did one that was kind of humming like this?
That's it? You're not gonna... Well, come on.
Or, here's what I was thinking. You know, I have several great-great-grandchildren now. What if I did an album of animal songs for Christmas and I called it Fleece Navidad, so then I could go... It's like songs to listen to in the crib.
I don't know if anyone would... No, maybe for kids.
What's wrong with that? Kids like listening to records.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody needs to hear that.
Hey, is that the Crunch Crunch guy? What's he doing here?
Oh.
Isn't he singing God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen? What would make Crunch Crunch guy happy?
Oh, you know, I just lined up a couple girls for the for my hotel room. I don't know how I got in here, but hey, you work here?
Yeah.
Do you know any ladies of the evening?
Oh dear. No, I don't. It's
I didn't know. No, I didn't mean it like that. I just maybe is there any mints around here at this party?
You could take this creme de menthe bottle. Nobody's really touching it.
No, I want some mints for my breath. It's a little bit.
There's some mints on the tree hanging in ribbons.
Oh, the
you can help
candy
yourself.
canes. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let me have one of these candy canes. Love a candy cane. Crunch, 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 crunch. Hey, baby. Hey. Hey, baby. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Are you crunch crunching God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen?
Crunch, 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 crunch. See if I can find the phone.
Oh, that's so dirty.
Maybe this girl's over here would like to speak. Hey, baby, hey. Hey, baby. How are you?
Fine.
Hey, I was wondering if you,
No, the answer's no. It's already no.
No, I was just if you could come over here for a little bit here.
Your breath smells like donair meat. and Fireball.
You don't smell. I thought you just ate a bunch of candy canes.
I don't smell that at all.
Would you like to come over here?
I would not.
Come here.
I really can't stay.
Come on, it's cold outside.
See, in that context, it is greasy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Nice one.
Let's end on
let's...
Joe and Gino.
What are those guys doing on the bandstand?
Maybe we're humming Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Gino, why'd you forget the instruments again?
Because I thought we could do an a cappella Christmas thing.
Oh, really? You know I can't sing.
You could do harmonies.
Oh, you know,
what? They're flashing the light from the back of the room. We gotta go on.
Right
Bob
now?
it up. Jump in. Ba-da-ba-da. Bip-a-deep-bop. Bo-rio-dop. Boodly-dop. Ba-deep-deep-dop. Ba-doop-boop-ba-doo-doop.
Joe.
Rockin' around. Ba-dee-da-bip-biddy-bip-boo-rio-dop.
Wow.
Joe.
What?
Take a log off, will you? It's not Joe Vanelli. Okay? Nobody came to see Joe Vanelli.
You told me to... You said to speak up. I'm nervous, okay? Come on.
Just take like 15 dBs. Just take 15 dBs off it, okay?
All right.
It's good. You're just a little bit loud. Okay?
Okay. Wow.
Okay. No wap.
What?
You hum with your mouth closed.
Hell?
Hum with your mouth closed.
I'm trying to get some envelope with the song.
I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get an envelope with some cash in there, and we won't get paid if you keep doing that. What is this whap? None of this whap.
I'm sorry. Come on. Gino, let's just get the song done then. What's the next one? Is there a new song?
A Little Town of Bethlehem. Oh, I forgot there was a solo in this one.
I'm just
You know
trying
what,
to give
everybody? This isn't gonna work.
No. We can do this.
It's not
Come
gonna
on.
work.
Listen. Rudolph the bat-da-da-do. Shee-dee-da-ba-dee-doo.
Do-ba-ba-da-ba-wee-da. Do-ba-do-ba-do-bip-bop. Do-bo-bip-bop-ba-do-dap. Ba-do-do-da-do-dap. Happy holidays, buds.
Wow.
Joe Vanelli. See you, buds.
Bananas are potassium. Bananas are yellow.
Bananas come in bunches. Sometimes there's tarantulas in them.